Good day. So for today, we'll be taking a look at how to set up your PostgreSQL environment as well as the PG admin 4. So once you are on board the 30 days of SQL GitHub page, all you need to do is just come down to the README file under the resources. We have the 30 days SQL roadmap by Jig4Jigs. So let me open that in a new tab. Then for you to download the PostgreSQL, you can as well open that in a new tab, the PG admin 4. Okay, then we have the installation steps here for PostgreSQL. Then we also have for PG admin 4. All right, so coming over here now, this is a walkthrough of the roadmap, so you can just check through this and work with it. Then to download the PostgreSQL, I'm sure you can just check out your own package, okay, for your computer. Then you download. Okay, then for the PG admin, so you can as well go through the website to download your installer. Then I'm sure these links here will assist you for the installation process, so kindly walk through it. All right, then for the PG admin as well, okay, so you can as well walk through the installation process. So I believe it's gonna be easy for you. So, and also note for the installation step, when you get to step 4 under the PostgreSQL material, ensure you check only the PostgreSQL server and the command line tools only. Okay, so let me show you what I mean by that. All right, since the page is still loading. All right, so once you get to step 4 here, okay, there should be an image displayed there. So ensure it's only PostgreSQL server that you check and command line tools. So these two, pgadmin 4 and stack builder, ensure they are unchecked, okay, because the pgadmin 4, you'll be downloading that one separately. That will be the interactive interface where you write your queries as well as access your PostgreSQL server. All right, so once that is done on your PC, then you go ahead to download the AdventureWorks data set on your computer. All right, so after you've downloaded it, ensure you unzip it and you keep it in a folder. Okay, so once you have that, now we have the SQL queries for day 1 to 6, day 7 to 12, as well as the data set import SQL query. So let me open this in a new tab so you can see how the query looks like. All right, so the first step here was to create the AdventureWorks table using the create statement. I'm sure if you go through the roadmap, you'd see how this is being lined up there. Okay, so creating of your table using the query tool, selecting, then creating a table from an existing table. Then this is what we call the single line comment. This is single line comment, while this forward slash and star is called the multi-line comment. Okay, so you could see that it's ending here. We have it as the multi-line. Okay, so let me launch my PG admin now. It's already up and running. Okay, so once you load your SQL, you'll notice you have a server here. Okay, once you click on this drop down, you would see PostgreSQL 15. Yours might be 14, 16, depending on the version you have. Then you have the databases. Okay, so recall we have a database, then we have a table. You have multi tables in a database. That is more than one table in a database. So the first thing first we need to do is you right click here, so you can decide to use the GUI to write the query for the database, or you use the command line tool, okay, the query tool. I'll be using the GUI now. So you right click on database, okay, this is databases. You right click on it, then you say create database. All right, so that is the first stage while it loads. So you give it a name, say adventure 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 DB, okay. Then you can just check through this. What's the definition? You need not to edit anything here, okay. Once you get to the advanced level, you'll be doing that, okay. So we wrote the name of the database as adventure DB. So this is the query: create database adventure DB with owner PostgreSQL and all, okay. So you can just come back to this definition. You can try to leave a comment. This is can put my 30 days 30-day SQL challenge database, okay. Then you click on save. Right, so you notice that this number has changed to 4, okay. We now have a 4 database on our machine. So this is the adventure DB we created. I have AdventureWorks already. I have class practice as well as the default PostgreSQL. So on this my newly created adventure DB, all you need to do is you right click, then you scroll down to the query tool, okay. The query tool is the one we want to use to create our SQL queries, okay. So the interface is loading. All right, so you'll notice we have adventure DB / Postgres at Postgres 15. So that means we are currently working on the adventure DB database, and you can as well save your query, okay. So let me go to the query we have here on day 1 to 6. I'm just gonna copy, okay. Let me copy the first queries so you can start. Then you do copy, just gonna paste it here. Then you have Ctrl V as paste, or you right click, then you see the paste icon here. All right, so how do you run your queries in SQL? As I mentioned earlier, this is the single line comment. So even if you highlight it, it's not gonna be run, okay. Just like a comment to ensure that your code is well documented, you know what to do, so that anyone coming up again can pick it up and understand what you have there. They do not have to call you while you are on bed to say, can you please explain your code to me? So to run this query now, all I'll do is highlight this, okay. I've highlighted create table AdventureWorks up to line 16. Then I'll click on this execute button, or you strike F5 on your keyboard. So click on play. You'll notice a message here. We have a create table query returned in 3 minutes 712 milliseconds, okay. So here is the adventure DB. So to check if the table has been created, come to the schema here, then expand the drop down, okay. Then you come down to tables, okay. Then you can as well expand the tables here. You can see the name of the table is what? AdventureWorks customer, okay. As you can see here, AdventureWorks customers. Then how about the column names? These are the respective column names. Let me expand this drop down. You can see as we have it here, just a single line of query, it's up and running, okay. That's the first stage. Then okay, all right, so I could recall I said let's check the table. If truly it's created, the select statement will be used to retrieve all columns from the database. So let's execute. All right, so this is our table headers. It doesn't have any data in it. Okay, so we already have this. So if you plan on moving forward, you can try this later on your own. That's part of the roadmap. Now let's load data into our AdventureWorks customer table. Okay, so I gave an instruction here. I said to load data using the PSQL tool, you should uncomment this line, and then you should ensure that the file path is set correctly. Okay, so how do we implement the PSQL tool? All right, seems I made a detailed explanation here. So under the dataset import SQL file, let's open it in a new tab. Okay, so all right, so I wrote the instructions here. The queries will be used to create 10 tables. So step one, okay, go through this step. Step two, we've done it. Then step three, each table has its corresponding PSQL2 code for the import. Then ensure that you follow the format. The file format is really important. Okay, copy the table name from the file path CSV header. Okay, so and I said you should run the query in step 2 again to check if the data has been imported. So the PSQL2 right now. Okay, let me just copy this code that I have here. So yours will be different. Ensure you set your file path correctly. So to access the PSQL2, just right click on the table here, then you click on PSQL2. Okay, so that's the command line interface. All right, so this is our PSQL2. You can see the command line interface. It's loading. Okay, all right, so we have the adventure DB. So all I just need to do is just paste the PSQL2 code I wrote earlier. Okay, after pasting it, then I press enter. Okay, so it has already copied my data. Okay, kindly come through to the data sets. Just ensure you follow the instructions. I know you might want to have a blue block here, so I've already explained how to go through it. Then you can continue with your work. Okay, so wish you all the best. You can always come to the 30 days of SQL to see how it's going. Okay, so this is for me, the stuffs I learned during the using the roadmap. Okay, yours might be a little bit different or so in case if you have any issues, kindly reach out to me via LinkedIn or Twitter. Thank you.